So, this news just got announced today, just right out of the blue. Apparently, DC and IDW are joining once again for a technically third Batman TMNT crossover. I say third, even though this is a sequel to the first one. You gotta remember, there was also another one they did with where the 90s Batman cartoon crossed over with the 2012 cartoon. So yeah, there was a cartoon crossover in comics that they did. So this is technically their third, but it's a sequel to the first one they did. Yeah, DC and IDW, they're suddenly become buddy-buddy, and this is another time they've done a sequel together. Yeah, they did a... this is their second time doing a sequel in comics, because yeah, they did a sequel together for Green Lantern and Star Trek. So yeah, DC and IDW, you're suddenly becoming buddy-buddy. Still waiting for that Justice League Transformers comic you canceled. Still waiting on that. Anywho, let's talk about this comic. Apparently it's the same creative team, but apparently from what I understand, again from the article I read, that Tom King will be like a supervisor in a way to this comic. It'll still be Tinian, but Tom King's going to be like overwatching it, as well as the creative team behind the Ninja Turtles. So yeah, this comic is, like I said, a sequel where, if you guys remember the first comic, the Turtles ended up in Gotham, as well as Shredder and a majority of the Foot Clan, after Krang teleported them away to... teleported them to Gotham to keep them away. So now, rather than build on the whole, oh, is Krang going to be the villain in this sequel? No, it looks like it's going to be Bane. Bane is going to be the villain. He did show up at the end of the last crossover, but yeah, he was kind of a giant elephant man. And I'm not talking John Hurt Elephant Man, I'm talking a literal elephant man. Where was I going with this? Anyway, so yeah, Bane's going to be the big villain. Now, the other thing is that I don't know if they're going to go to the Turtles universe or they're going to go back to Gotham. But yeah, also another good thing is that this looks like it'll be more in line with what they're doing in Batman Rebirth. What I mean is, in the first crossover, it was very clear that it was in the middle of Rebirth at the end of New 52, so it was at a weird place when this crossover was like just starting and just ending, because like I said, New 52 was ending, Rebirth was coming out, and it was just starting, so it was at a weird... That crossover was very weird in Batman timeline-wise. Because it mentions stuff from Zero Year, but then it excludes other stuff that was revealed in Rebirth. I know it's supposed to be its own crossover story, but really, when you're trying to do things that are contradictory, like when they had Joker in here, even though Joker was like, there's 3 of them now, and none of them were in art, and the one, I know, it's really, again, that's what was so confusing about this, so hopefully with this crossover there'll be a little more cohesion. And that's what I'm really hoping for. Also, can it not just be Batman with the TMNT? And what I mean is, the last story really felt like it really overshadowed the Ninja Turtles. It really overshadowed the Ninja Turtles side of things. This is what I always want in crossovers, is when, you balance out the 2 characters to showcase them. In the last one, it really laid heavy on the Batman stuff with the Ninja Turtle, especially, with everything that happened. I mean, Shredder felt like he got more limelight than the Turtles in that comic. Yeah. So, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. So that's my kind of thing, that's my thing right now, is that, that's what I want the most. Am I all for a sequel? Yeah, I'm actually kind of happy we're getting crossover sequels. We got a lot of those in the past, but we never, for the longest time, there was just a bunch of one-and-done crossovers whenever they happened. So to see DC doing this again is nothing short of, kind of awesome. And again, last time it was Shredder and Bane. I mean, Shredder and Ra's al Ghul. This time around, it looks like Bane is going to be, like I said, Bane's going to be the big villain. And what it sounds like, yeah, he's going to try to mix mutagen with his venom. And after I Am Bane, I'm really interested to see where they're going to go with that kind of angle. Because, yeah, I'm guessing he got after the last crossover, Bane got, he really wanted to have the mutagen again because it gave him all this power. So, and especially after the events of I Am Bane, and what's going on in Bane, in what Chuck Dixon's doing with Bane in his miniseries, it kind of makes a lot of sense that Bane would want to have more power, and the mutagen would be that power, and to mix that with Venom, yeah, I would really want to see that. Hopefully, we get to see more of the other the other TMNT characters. I would love to see Batman encounter Bebop and Rocksteady. That would be so cool to see him fight Bebop and Rocksteady. I mean, I know he'd win, but on the just for the sake of seeing it, I want to see. And I really want the fights to be a lot better because I feel like I got cheated in some of the fights, especially the final fight between Batman and Shredder, where it was just one. If you guys read the comic, or for those who didn't, there was this one panel of Batman and Shredder fighting, and in the background of it, which is covered of this pose of Batman and Shredder fighting, are all these little mini panels of the fight between them. I want to see an actual brawl between the characters, And there are some, but they're kind of just really lackluster in a way. They're just really lackluster. I don't know. And I did like the crossover. I feel like the hype, it just didn't match my hype, and from several of my friends as well, it didn't match their hype as well. But I'm very much looking forward to this. I'm very optimistic about this crossover. And again, it's really nice to see DC kind of form new bridges with all these other companies, whereas Marvel's become kind of very isolationist. When's the last time they had a crossover? Oh yeah, Attack on Titan. And even then, that was just kind of like a 12-page thing, really. So, I meant in comics. I know, I know they're doing a video game with Capcom again. What I mean is, I meant in comic-wise. Anywho, so yeah, again, I'm really happy that DC is, it looks like they're becoming very tight-knit with IDW. So again, maybe I can get can I get my JLA? Can I just get my frickin' JLA Transformers comic? New 52 was one of the things that New 52 ruined. So hopefully, thanks to Rebirth, you guys can, come together and do that again. Then again, with everything, and I know the continuity for Transformers is really kind of out there right now, especially with Revolutions and First Strike, but maybe you could just have its own Transformers comic? It could be its own it doesn't have to be the IDW universe Transformers. You can just have the, Rebirth lineup of JLA teaming up with, the G1 you've done that before. You've used G1 universe before, when you did that Mars Attacks crossover with them. You did that before in several other little comics here and there, but yeah. So, why not here, right? Why not just use the G1 universe in that crossover? And I'm really getting off topic, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just got totally off topic, and my apologies. I feel like there was something else I wanted to bring up. But yeah, also looks like, from what I understand, Donatello's going to play a big part. Forgot to mention that. Donnie is going to play a big part in here. Maybe what I think is that maybe Bane captures him and wants to, he thinks maybe Donatello can help him get the mutagen. Maybe help get mutagen to his universe, or how he gets there. It gets to their version of New York. All in all, yeah, I'm just really excited to, I really want to see what Bane's big plan is with all of this. And it's nice to see it's not Ra's al Ghul again. And as much as I am a fan of Ra's al Ghul, yeah, he's been kind of overused a lot in this, recently in Rebirth, especially in Rebirth as of late. So, anyway, not much else to say about this. So you guys tell me in the comments below. What do you guys think of a second, technically third, Batman TMNT crossover? What characters do you want to see in it? What do you think of Bane as the main villain? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.